once we're parked, leveling the bus is a matter of pushing this button twice. At high idle, the bus will level itself. Right now it sees that the right side is a little low. It can take up to 10 minutes to get it level, but it generally does a pretty good job. You can also manually level it any way you want. And sometimes when we dump the black or the gray water, we'll raise it on the right side so the left side is lower, and we completely empty the tank. We'll go back and take a look at the engine. It's pretty loud, you won't be able to hear anything. Shut the motor off so we can actually hear what's going on. It's big. It's a Series 60 Detroit. It's a turbo 500 horsepower motor. 40 quarts of oil. Takes 10 gallons of oil. The oil change interval is about every 10,000 miles. Boy, some of the finer points of this are the coolant up high to fill from the outside. That hasn't given us any trouble. The belts are all, since before we got it, we haven't changed any belts. The air conditioning compressor is mammoth in size for sure. There's a 12-volt alternator back here that charges the house batteries as we're driving. There are two 24-volt alternators that charge the battery system for the bus. A lot of compartments everywhere you go. There's a lot of open space here. See the back side of the air conditioner there, or the air conditioning compressor. Next compartment are the air conditioners. There's two separate air conditioners on the bus. In the back compartment are the house batteries. They're 4 8D deep cycle batteries. These were new when we were in Washington. I would give that a couple of months ago. So 4 brand new batteries. This compartment is the other side of the generator. Why don't you back up a little bit there so we get a better view of that and see what the size is. It's about 3 feet deep. The generator's on the other side. We put in a bracket to mount our 20-pound LP tank. We put our barbecue grill in here. Folding chairs go in there so they don't fall over. The next compartment is all the way through compartment. It's the full width of the bus. It's about 4 feet wide. You can see the height here. There is a small protrusion from the wiring raceway that goes the length of the bus, but we're able to get our folding table in here. We keep this little runway clear in the center, put totes on either side of it, slide the table inside. We could get to anything without having to unload the whole bus. There are a box of belts that are came with the bus, and so I still have them there. This is an antenna mast that we put together. It's to receive a wireless internet signal. Part of a repeater system that helps us pick up clean Wi-Fi signals for up to a mile away. So we get free Wi-Fi a lot of places we go. Water compartment, or freshwater hose, tank fill in city water. There's a filter on both of those inlets. It's 165 gallons, a 12-gallon hot water tank, electric. A couple of knobs to change over when you switch from city water to onboard bus water, but it's not a big deal. In fact, Mela, our camera girl, has mastered it. Good job. The passenger side fuel tank, you can fuel the bus from both sides, and if you haven't been to a truck stop, the diesel fuel filling at a truck stop, much different than your corner store. Starting and driving the bus is pretty easy, although I won't admit that because it looks like it's really big, and yet once you get comfortable with the length, it's not hard to drive. We'll turn it on and let the air cylinders go through a check. Now ready to start. It's very quiet inside, very quiet in the front of the bus. That 500 horsepower motor is in the back, so it's noisy if you're standing outside, but hardly any noise inside at all. Alright, close the door and we're going to get underway. There's a lot of gauges and a lot of buttons, but they're organized pretty well and easy to monitor while you're driving. The big things that we're going to do, we'll turn the lights on when we're driving during the day. These are generally all of the bus electrical systems. These are the house electrical systems. So this is all 24 volt, this is all 12 volt. Driver's CD and radio. The Detroit Pro Driver gives you information about the motor, mileage, incidents with hard braking or other driver incidents, the HWH leveling system. Gosh, over here's a big one. This is the hydraulic retarder on the transmission. There are 6 levels of retarding on the transmission. That means you can slow the bus down significantly without applying the brakes, which is really handy when you're taking a long descent, and that can be on and off, or a lot or a little. It's 6 different levels of slowing. We've got temperature sensors out here for inside the bus, outside on the mirror, and underneath at the water compartment, so we can monitor for freezing if we're traveling when it's cold out. There are 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 air gauges on the bus. Here we're watching our auxiliary pressure for our leveling. This is also our emergency air pressure reserve tank. This is our steering and drive axle brakes and our tag axle brakes. The speed, standard motor functions over here, fuel, coolant temperature, RPM, a lot of indicator lights that I would encourage you to also read up on before you drive the bus, in that it's a surprise when the fire light comes on because things are a little warm and you haven't yet researched what that light means. Easy to shift automatic transmission on the other side here. It's a 6-speed Allison World transmission. Air conditioning controls, CB radio, blower for the back, the bunk controls on air. Above my head, if you can get that, are all of the electrical controls just above my head. So we have our remote generator control here, the 3-way switch to select a shoreline, generator power, or the off position, which is just standard battery power. This is the Xantrex remote panel that monitors the power being handled through the inverter. There's a monitor there also for the black and the gray water, and then a voltage meter for our charging system.